Hello fellow YouTubers and lovers of World of Warships, and today I'm in the Coronel Bolognesi. Yeah, it's basically a Pan-American light cruiser based loosely on the Fiji class. If you're familiar with the Royal Navy light cruiser line, at Tier 7 you get the Fiji. Well, at Tier 7 here on the Pan-American line you get the Coronel Bolognesi, and you will see a lot of this ship if you intend to grind through to the Ipiranga, which is a fine ship, because she predominantly is the split ship that splits the tech trees between the light cruisers and the battleships. I mean, eventually on her line you get ships like the Santander and the San Martin, which are also very decent ships indeed. Well, she's got a gimmick, of course. She's got the F button. She's got super heals. They're not super heals, they're just better than your normal heal, right? 9,940 health back, regenerated back per pop, which is quite a lot actually, and you do get 5 of them with this build. She's also got hydro, which is nice to have, but she doesn't have smoke like the Fiji, or radar, or any other gimmicks for that matter. She does have torpedoes, however, which have a range of 8 kilometers. And in this match I'm with the Nuremberg 44 and the Atlanta. All our cruisers have gone the same way. The West Virginia 44, who we were hoping would join us, has his own ideas. The Scharnhorst and the Tengshe are moving over towards Cap A, and our destroyer is in the middle, so we've split everywhere really, which I think it would have been nice if one of our cruisers had gone to A with the Scharnhorst and Tengshe and maybe the West Virginia had stayed with us, but here we are. So I'm going to keep an eye on our little destroyer friend here, and I'm going to stay in between B and C using this island for cover, because what we are dealing with here is essentially a light cruiser, so we need to use islands to farm our damage and to possibly destroy enemy ships. Now I think the Miyoko's made a bit of a mistake here, so we're going to punish him for it. 5 pens, 1 over pen, 5,600 damage. Nice. Another 2 pens. Unlucky not to get a citadel. He's turning. He's back. He's showing broadside, and there's the citadel. Yeah, I'm not too surprised at that. 2 pens from that spread. But he's a difficult target behind the island, and I'm having to use the dot on the minimap, or the circle on the minimap, to bring my shells to bear upon him. Minimap aiming is not for the faint of heart. And you may be wondering how people make these shots over islands. They're using the dot on the minimap that I have over the Miyoko right now. And you line the dot up with where you think he's going to be next, and then open fire. And yeah, looks like the Nuremberg got him. That's good. Okay, so we've secured B and C, and now I'm going to push into mid and use the island in front of me. There's very few threats around. There's a Shores on the far flank. We keep half an eye on him. Scharnhorst up front and a Nagato, both capable of hurting me very badly. So going to be a little bit careful on our approach. But there's no radar as such to worry about in this particular match. So I feel fairly safe to push up. Okay. No sign of the skein, but I do see torpedo sign off my port bow, and so I'm thinking, yeah, skein must still be at A. Yeah, there's a Belfast. He's our radar cruiser. He's well out of range of us, so don't need to worry about that too much, but it would be nice to get some damage down on him. And these guns, these 152mm guns, are pretty good at shooting over islands. Oh my goodness, where did the Yukon come from? Okay, we got hit pretty hard by the Yukon there. I didn't even notice him. He just came out of nowhere at us. Okay, well at least the team now knows where the Yukon is. Blimey. Okay. And there I was thinking I was safe, right? Now, the shores is right on the edge of our gun range. I mean, the guns are 15-kilometer range. And the shells are quite floaty at those ranges, so I'm not expecting to be able to get too many hits on him, but he's showing a lot of broadside, isn't he? And he does seem to be sailing in a nice straight line. Okay. Nürnberg's engaging the Yukon at close quarters, which isn't going to be nice. If we're lucky, he'll exchange with his torps. If we're lucky. And we've already lost the West Virginia, who would have been better served hanging with his cruisers, but never mind. Fight's still going on between the Nürnberg and the Yukon gets the Nürnberg with his secondaries. And I'm putting fire into the soft sides of the Nagato. Getting some good damage there, 3 pens, 3 over pens. And we're building our F key. Oh, when we bang the F key, we get something like an 85% improvement in the time it takes for our heal and our hydro to come off cooldown. The only issue is, if you run out of targets, it empties pretty fast, as it's about to do. Okay, we've got Charnels to finish off right here. He's going to shoot in the side, and yeah. Upper rail, upper belt armor. And there's the Belfast. Got 3 citadels, 13,824 damage. That's nice. That is really nice. Wow. I mean, she's a very easy to use ship, and she is a good light cruiser trainer, and I say that because you've got those super heals to hold your hand while you're using her. And it means she can stay in the game longer than your average light cruiser at her tier, at tier 7. And bear in mind, this is only tier 7, right? So if you can keep shooting targets for long enough, and you can hold on to the F key once it's been charged for as long as you like. So you can pop a heal, and then when you need the next heal to come off cooldown, you can just bang the F key and it will come off cooldown a lot faster, about 84-85% faster. So there is that. Yukon's moving across. Belfast is not lit. So, oh, there he is. I'm gingerly moving up to the corner because I'm very aware of the Yukon. Yeah. Okay, another citadel, and we finish off the Belfast. Shores is hitting us pretty hard with AP, so we're going to chuck the super heal on. And I'll return fire on the shores. Okay. And there we go. I'll put some torpedoes down for the Yukon, but he's being very cagey. And it looks like the Skane was last spotted in the area near him as well, so there's a destroyer to think about. But we've got 2 caps, and they've got 5 less ships. We've got 3 less, so we have a 2-ship advantage. I'm going to put my hydro on, just in case the Skane re-emerges, and also because I like to spot the torpedoes if the Skane is torpedoing me. I mean, our destroyer can't spot the Skane. That was where he was last seen, but he's moved since then, so he could be anywhere. Yep, there he is, right in front of the Yukon. Now he's going to launch torps at me if he hasn't already, so we're just going to throw her in reverse, so I can use this island on my right for cover. Can we finish off the Yukon?
torpedos al frente.
Apparently not. Not sure where my shot... Oh, he turned in. Okay. Right. Those torps are close. And we just about managed to avoid them. Oh boy, were those close. Anyway, we should get the skein now. He's somewhat doomed. And we finish off the skein and win the match. To be honest, I like this ship a lot. I think she's quite easy to use. She's a good light cruiser trainer. If you get punished, you can withdraw behind an island and heal with your super heal, and then you're able to go back and cause even more damage and carnage. Pretty good finish there. It's a pretty good line of ships, and the San Martin is super strong. She's very tanky for a light cruiser, light radar cruiser. She is very tanky indeed. Thoroughly recommend this line of ships. The cruisers are good, and the battleships are good, of course. Enough said about them. The Libertad being the tier 10 one that everybody screams about. Very strong line of ships. Thoroughly recommended. Right, build wise, that's what I was running. I was building into the Hydro and into the long super heals with Superintendent. I'd probably add RPF. Probably. This is the sort of build you could take along with you to use on the San Martin. Okay. That's another option that you could run. And this captain build will serve you well. If you want a more specific build for this ship in particular, you might want to consider other tier 1 and 2 options on the 1 and 2 line. And there's the modules I was running. Hold on. If you want to, that's not a bad pick if you've got the coal, just to boost your hydro even further on the duration. And I hope you enjoyed the match as much as I did playing it. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.